Okay, Wednesday, 24th of April, 2024. So, being a Bitcoin maximalist, but. So let's define our terms first of all. Bitcoin maximalism, they would say nothing but Bitcoin, only Bitcoin, nothing else. No altcoins, no nothing. Minimize fiat, perhaps, and only have Bitcoin. Only keep as much fiat as you're willing to lose would be a mantra that you might probably agree with. Fair enough. Because in terms of first principles, Bitcoin is decentralized, apolitical, fixed supply, had an immaculate conception, meaning it was just created almost from nowhere, in a way, not exactly, but in a quasi-spiritual way. Had no pre-mine, has no headquarters, has no VC backing, nothing. It just existed. It existed in a time when no one cared and didn't matter to anyone whatsoever. Very nice. So people would say Bitcoin only, nothing else. But now I can understand why you'd want to hold Bitcoin, buy it and hold it, and increase your holdings over time and have more and more over time. I understand that. The logic behind that's very sound and understandable. Perfect. It's a hedge against inflation, hedge against debasement, even a hedge against entropy. But that's another video. I did a video about that before, actually. But nonetheless. Now, my main crux with the idea of Bitcoin maximalism is this never sell mantra. I understand not selling after a certain amount of time, because my issue is you have this asset, whether illiquid or not, because it's in cold storage, for example, or on exchange, and you can exchange it into fiat, but you have this asset, and practically speaking, how and when would you turn it into food? Turn it into pay for rent? Something you need to live, to survive on, something that saves your time, or something that improves your lifestyle, because those things are much more valuable and rare than Bitcoin. The time is much more valuable than Bitcoin. And your health is more valuable. Being alive, what's the ROI on your being alive? It's infinite, because it's akin to saying, why would you starve yourself if you can afford food? You got Bitcoin, is that a profit? Buy some, sell some and buy some food. There's no good to the world being dead, especially if you don't have like a inheritance plan, and especially if it was avoidable. So why starve yourself? So, okay, logical. Likewise, then you could say, right, well, lifestyle-wise, well, I want to be better and stronger and fitter and healthier, therefore I need a gym membership. Okay, how do you pay for it? Therefore I need, take it to the next level, a trainer at the gym. Okay, that's going to cost extra. How are you going to pay for it? Because what's the point in having all this Bitcoin if you can't enjoy it per se, because your health is poor, you can't do anything, you can't go down the stairs, in an extreme case, but nonetheless. So, now that's my main crutch with Bitcoin maximalism. The other main crutch I have is that's okay, because there's a way around that. The other thing is, I look at the altcoins, and I think they might have a reputation of being scams, by all means. There's scams out there, there are scammers out there, by all means, but it doesn't mean that every single coin out there is going to be a scam. It doesn't mean that every single coin is going to be a rug pull. Yeah, logical. Some businesses, some altcoins would have genuine businessmen, business models, business anything behind it, genuine VCs behind it, and seed investment, whatever. There'd be a genuine business. I can't think of any, whatever, but they're going to have a genuine business problem that they want to solve. Fair enough. So then you can say, right, well, this company over here has this coin that solves that problem over there, but it's not trying to be decentralized. It's not trying to be, have a fixed supply. It's not trying to be apolitical. It's totally unrelated to Bitcoin. Bitcoin solves this problem over here, and that altcoin solves that problem, and that altcoin solves that problem, and that one. So then I say, well, far be it from me to tell you where and what you should put your money into. Because the fundamental principle I talk about a lot on this channel is you're an adult. You're an adult. You can do what you want as long as you can face the consequences. See what I mean? So, if you want to put loads of money into X, Y, Z, whatever it is, who am I to tell you shouldn't do that? Fair enough. It's your decision, your life, your money, your choice, your reward, your risk, your benefit, your both. That level of freedom to do whatever you want means that level of freedom to face the consequences. You know, if you have that level of freedom to just eat chocolate all day, means you have the level of freedom to face the consequences of the poor health, for example, afterwards, or being inactive for a long period of time. So what does that mean? Okay, now, what does that mean? It means that some coins out there would have genuine business problems and genuine business solutions. Of course, not every single one. If there's, I don't know, 12, 15, 20,000 coins, not every single one will be a scam. Some would be, by all means. Some would, on one end of the spectrum, some will be a complete scam and a sham. On the other end, some will be a complete genuine business model and a genuine business. Now, if you want to support that community, get involved in that project, again, you're an adult, fine, go ahead. What's the problem? Now, I can understand people would say, oh, it's got altcoins have got a bad reputation, and that means that people have gotten scammed in the past, and it brings a stain onto crypto, it brings a stain onto Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin, not crypto. I understand that completely, and I agree. Unfortunately, that's the unfortunate scenario, the situation of people, and I agree with that. And on that basis, yes, Bitcoin all the way, Bitcoin Maxi, totally. That seems to be the way, of course, that makes total sense. Because how could you find the time, again, within reason, again, you're an adult, how can you find the time to filter out high quality, low quality projects, the things that are good and bad out there in the world? Now, you know, there are ways, I'm sure there are techniques, I'm confident you might know people, hot tips, whatever else, by all means, but as a general rule of thumb, just DCA into Orange Coin, dare I say it. Like, it looks like it appears to be. I couldn't tell you, but it seems to be, a workable strategy. Oh, it seems to be. You tell me, comment below, you know what to do. It seems to be the case. I don't know. But it seems as well that, now, as I said earlier, not spending it, what I've kind of noticed also is that some people would have an incentive. I mentioned before in a previous video, some people would have an incentive for you not to spend it. Because think about it. If I have got a large position in something, I'm buying X. Okay, Bitcoin. I'm buying imagine if I'm buying this and I have 100,000 of them that I acquired at whatever price. What's my incentive? My incentive is for everyone else, the wider market, to what? To buy. Why? Because every time it goes up by $1, that's £100,000 in $100,000 in net worth. Okay, so what's my incentive? It's for you to buy, not to sell. So what does that mean? I have an incentive to pump it in the market. Fair enough. Okay, so fair enough. So that's why I kind of felt no real evidence apart from one specific thing, but I'll come to that shortly. It's just like those who have the big position are more incentivized to tell the wider market, buy this, never sell, because their incentive is to never sell. They want it to go up. Fair enough. But then also at the same time, on the flip side, devil's advocate, if I have 100,000 of this asset at whatever price, that means that I have at least $100,000 worth of knowledge and understanding of the asset to justifiably, to justifiably purchase and hold the asset. Because your level of knowledge and awareness in an asset, in anything, has to be greater than the level of investment you put into it. So if you want to put £1 million into something, you need to have at least £1 million worth of understanding and knowledge. Otherwise, you don't know what you're getting yourself into, i.e. risk. Too dangerous, okay? Now, paradoxically, those that have the large amount of coins would then paradoxically know more about it, so therefore they're going to share pure signal, i.e. they're going to tell you what to do, basically, because they just tell you, shooting it straight is just buy. Buy, why? Because first principles, we can't escape from them. First principles are money you can own, money you can spend, decentralized, apolitical, money with a fixed supply. How cool is that? Nice view as well. Yeah. So what does that mean? Then they're telling you what to do because they know. And now you could say that's a bit arrogant, but when you take that aside and just look at the maths and the first principles of the asset, it makes sense. Okay, fair enough. And now going back a bit, when I said that they have an incentive for the market to keep buying, I just think, look at what Michael Saylor was doing from basically January till basically now, actually, 21st of April, I think, 21st, where he was selling 1 to 5,000 shares of MicroStrategy. Okay. And what was MicroStrategy stock price doing in that time? Well, which direction was it going? Okay, and then you could say, why was it going in whichever direction? Why was it going whichever direction? Okay, so therefore you could say, well, buying with the company, levering it up, buying a company with the company's money, putting on their balance sheet, while at the same time, and therefore the price goes wherever it wants to go, and then at the same time selling 1 to 5,000 shares a day. Now, what does that say? Okay, interpret that however you will, but that's what happened, that's what was broadcast, and that's the situation. Okay, now, so, in terms of first principles, Bitcoin maximalism makes sense. You know, hold this asset, it's superior than anything else out there. I understand that and I agree, 100%. But at the same time, if you want to dabble in other things, go here, go there, move it, buy in this, buy in that, who am I to tell you what to do or not to do? Very fair. That's a very, not just libertarian, beyond that, it's just the adult thing to do. If you want to do it, by all means. Now, they say all roads lead to Bitcoin. I generally agree with that. When you think about it, there's this amazing meme that I've got a copy of, which is, as you start, there's a graph, and as you start, it's Bitcoin only, and as you learn, time goes by, and as you learn more, time and portfolio allocation. As time goes by, you have Bitcoin, and then over time you have other coins, and then you go back to Bitcoin. Totally agree. Bitcoin, loads of coins, back to Bitcoin. Totally agree. Totally. Now, altcoins, there's going to be projects out there that are not competing with Bitcoin at all, and they're going to be doing their own thing. Priceless. That's innovation. Nice. If people want to innovate and try and experiment and do businesses, that's their initiative. That's fine. What's important is these layer 2s and layer 3s and 4s and 5s on Bitcoin Lightning and ordinals. That's another conversation. And filaments, which I don't know much about that. And there's a bit of controversy right now about runes, but I'm not too sure what's happening. But it seems to be just holding onto it for a long period of time. You can't go wrong. It seems to be the case. It might be, maybe, I don't know. You tell me in the future. You know, in 5 years from now, you comment below. 5 years into the future, you tell me. But that seems to be, a winning strategy. Only time will tell. Okay? But that seems to be a good way. Just buying and holding, DCAing, it appears to be a winning strategy. Now, I'm trying to think, was there something else about this I want to mention? Probably. So yeah, that. Not every coin is competing with Bitcoin. Some coins will be trying to solve a complete different project. Some will be a legitimate business that are not scams at all. And it's down to you to figure it out. But at the same time, it's easier just to buy and hold Bitcoin for the long term. It's just less hassle. There's another meme that I saw. And this got me a couple of years ago. It's Principal Skinner from The Simpsons sat in his chair in the office. And he sat by the window, and the blinds are drawn, and he's sat in the dark, and he's like in deep thought. And the caption is, maybe it was easier just to have bought Bitcoin. Yeah, I kind of agree. Yeah, but, so that's the idea. I'm not going to recommend to buy any of the coins. I don't bother. But if you want to do that, you're an adult. Do what you want. Would I do this? Would I buy this or that? No, I wouldn't. Would I just buy Bitcoin? Well, maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. It depends. Depends. Because, you know, the video, I'm not going to say everything. But it's just, that seems to be the strategy. And if you want to do other things, by all means, go for it. Yeah. Although, unless I start repeating myself, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, great. Bitcoin maximalism, but your decision, your choice. If you want this, you want that, go for it. And why would people say buy only? Because they got an incentive. I'm just thinking outside the box. And it seems to be a winning strategy is holding on to Bitcoin for a certain amount of time, certain amount of years. You can figure out how many, I'm sure. Just look at the chart on any time frame. On different time frames, you can see a nice little pattern. And then it seems to be worthwhile selling some. Buying things that make your life better, you know, saves you time, improves your health, or improves your lifestyle, things like that. You know, there's no point having all the Bitcoin in the world if you've got poor health and you can't enjoy the wealth, or you have no time to enjoy it, or you just not. I'm not actually enjoying the wealth in general. You put all that effort, all that time and energy into buying and saving and storing, but you're not enjoying it. But again, that's a very objective, a very subjective strategy, because it's personal choice, personal risk. That's your life. And again, as I said earlier, you're an adult. Do what you want. You know what's best for you. It'll be dogmatic. That's the key word, dogmatic. But for me, for anyone to tell you what to do or not to do. Simple as that. But otherwise, right now in Haley Pass in the southwest of Republic of Ireland, between County Kerry and County Cork. Yeah, how cool is that? You will see me tomorrow.